Welcome back. Today going to make one of my favorites. It's called Ohn No Khao Swe, normally known as Burmese khao swe in India. This dish said to have evolved from the army personnel or defense personnel posted in Burma during World War, and at that time the Anglo-Indian community brought this into India, and it's really a relish dish. For this, ingredients you need to prepare is chicken boneless. Cut the breast and legs into spine strips like juliennes and marinate with turmeric and salt, little oil. Oil, ginger garlic paste, roasted chana dal, then turmeric powder, red chili powder, sliced onions, coriander powder, freshly extracted coconut milk, chicken stock, as well as fish sauce for seasoning. To start with, we take a thick bottom pan, and to this we add oil. Heat that up quite well, and we're going to add to it some sliced onions once the oil is hot. On a medium flame, keep sauteing the onion well, and so that it sweats and gives out all its moisture, but we don't want the onions to color. We want to fry it well and for a long period of time on a slow fire, so that the onion goes on to thicken the gravy to an extent. This dish is all about a lot of gravy, so we want to add chicken stock and coconut milk, lots of liquids, and retain a lot of stock, a lot of gravy, so that it soaks the noodle. That you realize when we arrange it in the end. So we are frying the onions, and as I said, the chicken you can take breast boneless and leg boneless, but if you prefer the meat to be juicy, you can take only leg boneless and cut this into juliennes or strips and marinate with little oil, salt, and turmeric to give you the yellow color. Alternately, you can also take a whole chicken and just boil it with plenty of water. Here what we're doing is we are taking the roasted chana dal, we ground it fine in a blender, and we're going to add some water and dilute this and keep aside. This is going to thicken. This is how it's done in Burma, and the flavor basically comes in, the distinct flavor comes in from the roasted chana dal powder. So we're going to just dilute this and keep this aside. So as I was saying, alternately, instead of using boneless chicken marinating, you can also boil a whole chicken, just skin it or leave the skin on, and boil it in water, add some garlic smashed, add some onion smashed, and get a good strong stock, and add some turmeric and salt, so that the chicken also gets cooked as well as you derive a stock. And after this, you can alternately just peel the meat off the bone and then shred it up, and then follow the same process as we're doing now, fry it with the onion. Now we have added the ginger garlic paste to the onion. Onion just about starting to color, and that's when we add the ginger garlic paste to arrest that process. We don't want the coloring to come in because we don't want a dark color. It should be a yellowish gravy. Now we add the turmeric and oil marinated, little salt marinated chicken strips. Here you can, if you are boiling a chicken, then you can just cool the chicken after cooking from the stock. Just lift it out and cool it, and then shred it sort of into strips and follow this process. In this case, the frying process will be slightly longer because the chicken is raw. If you are using boiled chicken, then you can just add it and fry it till it just colors quickly, and then add the stock. So we're going to saute a lot the chicken, so that it keeps cooking, keep browning, onion keeps lightly browning, and then we add the masalas, the turmeric powder, chili powder. Now in Burma, what I've seen is they don't add coriander powder, but the Indian version, which is sort of may have been changed due to the masala content that we like, so coriander powder is added to it. Some people also add jeera powder to it and make it more Indianized. But we're just going to add coriander powder because jeera gives more or less a bitterish taste. So we fry the chicken well, and to this we keep adding a little chicken stock at a time, and keep frying, add stock, keep frying. Just repeat this process 2-3 times till sort of the chicken is cooked and the onions are smashed, and goes on to thicken the gravy. Once this is done, you can sort of pour the rest of the stock after you add the coconut milk. Now to extract coconut milk, we'll show that in another episode. You basically crack the coconut into half and just grate it using one of those graters, and then with a little warm water, grind it in a mixer, in a wet grinder, and then extract the milk through a coconut, muslin cloth. And so in that process you can get first extract and second extract. So you, instead of adding stock when we were sauteing the chicken and onions, you can add the first extract till it evaporates, and then finally add the second extract, which is thick and more flavorful. So here we have added the coconut milk to the chicken and mixture, and now we're adding the fish sauce. We're not going to add salt, we're going to add fish sauce for seasoning. It'll give more of a Burmese kind of authentic flavor to it, like the Thais. The Thais also use fish sauce as a seasoning. Now what I heard was, I was told that Burmese khao swe is the national dish of Burma, which is not, which a dish called mohinga is. So now we have added the diluted chana dal, which we powdered. This is what gives khao swe the flavor, the Burmese taste, along with fish sauce. And we just stir that in and bring that back to a boil, so that the raw smell of chana dal disappears, and also the gravy is thickened to the consistency that it will coat the noodles when we're going to pour it in the soup bowl. So national dish of Burma, as I was saying, is mohinga. It's a similar soup made out of fish mince. It's a fish dish, seafood. So that is the national dish, not Burmese khao swe. But Burmese khao swe is much popular in India. So we just bring that back to a boil and keep it aside for plating later. Now we're just going to make some alternate kind of vegetarian version. We just saute some button mushroom, or you can take any vegetable of your choice. And I've also cut up some broccoli stems, which I had left over in the fridge, to make the vegetarian version. So I've kept little ingredients of everything to be used for the vegetarian, because my wife is a vegetarian. So I'm going to add basically a vegetable stock kind of a thing, which I had boiled other vegetables in. With that I added some coconut milk and some turmeric, and we add that to the mushrooms. Just bring that back to a simmer to get the flavoring, and thicken it with your little bit of chana dal diluted, and the same flavor, same sauces. Just follow the same procedure, only that we are not adding chicken to it because vegetarian, and not adding the fish sauce. So we add salt for seasoning. Now we're going to prepare the topping. So one topping we need to make beforehand, before we start arranging the khao swe into the soup bowl, is we add oil to a pan, and we're going to make garlic chili oil, which is one of the toppings which I love. When the oil is hot, we add some, as per requirement. You're catering to 6 people, so about 15 to 20 cloves of garlic. You want this to be a little strong, because everybody will be topping this garlic chili oil. So just keep frying it and sauteing it till the garlic slowly starts to brown. And once the garlic is just about browning, we just take it off the fire and add 1 teaspoon of the remaining chili powder, which we had left over after adding to the gravy. So that and you have to be very careful. You have to remove it from the fire very quickly, otherwise the chili powder will quickly burn and give you a burnt taste. It'll blacken, the look will go off, the red color will also go. Now this is the right stage where the garlic is just about turning to brines. Half of them have browned, the bigger pieces are about to brown. This is when we add the red chili powder and quickly switch off the flame, because we don't want the chili powder to burn. But at the same time we want it cooked, so we have already switched off the flame, and quickly remove it and pour it into a bowl for the topping to be arranged later on. Now as you see, we have taken previously, we have boiled noodles. So about 2 packets of noodles are boiled. 1 packet I have boiled and deep fried, as I have shown in my other video. Chopped green chilies, chopped spring onions, green and white part, chopped coriander fresh, lime, and prepared garlic chili oil. This is what we need to arrange. Now just follow the steps and watch carefully how we do it. Now how you like is up to you. What quantity you take is also up to you. The spicy level, the amount of gravy that you want. But generally you want the boiled noodles to go in first, and then when you pour the gravy should be sufficient to cover or immerse the noodles, and that's when it tastes good, because it's a soupy noodle. But at the same time it should not be excess of liquid, then it becomes more soupy. So we just want it to be coating, and that's the reason we have added the thickening of chana dal, roasted chana dal. that will coat each noodles as you eat. So we pour plenty of, this is what we are doing, the non-vegetarian version. So chicken, and we have added lots of gravy, and we are adding chopped coriander. Now the toppings are as per your liking. Some spring onion, white and green part chopped. Now here you can also substitute with normal onion bulb chopped, normal onions. We have added green chili, now as per the spiciness that you like. Then, and finally, we're going to add some garlic chili oil. So the garlic flavor comes in, as well as the oil, and the chili flavor comes in, which gives the dish its final flavor. Now to this you can also add here the final twist of lemon juice, how much you require, taste it and add. And final topping is going to be crushed crispy fried noodles. That will give the crunch to the dish in each mouth that you take. Alternately, optionally, you can also add hard-boiled eggs, either white or white and yolk both, as a topping. Plenty of toppings going around, but these are the general toppings which are good. And that's it. You have got your veg as well as non-veg chicken khao swe. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching, and my channel, comment as well as share. Thanks a lot. Till next time. Bye.